Acapulco, the 500 that I won, it was the darkest week of my life. I was self-harming, I was thinking about suicide, and then I won the tournament. And the media was like, he won the tournament, is this the new Nick Kyrgios? And it was the worst I'd ever been. And that's when I realized winning's not going to fix this.
Welcome to Tennis Insider Club. I am Borja Duran, and together with my partner, Caroline Garcia, here is where tennis stories and life conversations intersect. Join us as we uncover the untold personal journeys of the icons of the court. From laughter to life lessons, it's all here.
Do you support climate change? We know you don't, but your money probably does. Be part of the solution. Find out how you can use your money for good.
Thank you so much, Nick, for being here with us. Super exciting. We were looking forward to it. And first, can you tell us how did your journey with tennis started?
My journey with tennis started when I was about 7 years old. I was a very chubby kid in Australia and I didn't like playing sport at all. I usually played video games, didn't do much exercise at all. And then my mum just said, look, we have to do some exercise. I'm going to take you down to the local tennis courts about 5 minutes away. And I remember I was crying. I was like, I don't want to play. I hate this sport. I don't like it. And then after about 2 months, I started to enjoy it and I was actually found it fun. And then that was it. And then, so basically it was just me to do some exercise and lose some weight at the start.
And I guess you showed like some good talent from the beginning, right?
Yeah, I think like 6 months in, the coaches, like 2 coaches kind of told my parents, like he's picking the sport up a little bit easier than the other kids. And basically that's something I've had to deal with my whole career is he's so talented. But yeah, it was, it's been a long journey now. I'm 29. So ever since I was 7.
Okay. And how was this transition from being a kid that started to lose weight into getting good and seeing that you will have maybe a chance to become a pro? Was it easy?
I never thought I was going to become a pro.
Okay.
I was playing from 7 and then I got to about 15 and I was, going up the ranks, obviously playing a lot of junior events and then won a couple of junior doubles Grand Slams. And then I was number 1 junior in the world, but I never thought I would still be as good as Federer at the time, Nadal. And then I won a challenger at 17, I think. And then I saw the list of people that had done that. And it was like Raonic, Federer, Dimitrov. And I laughed. I was like, there's no way that Nick Kyrgios is going to be at that level. And then a year later, I was there. Okay. It just happened straight away. But I didn't think I was eating terribly. I was training a little bit. I was going to school still with my friends.
Were you enjoying tennis though or not?
I think I was enjoying tennis a little bit more then than I was later in my career. There was so much pressure and so much, every time we walk on the court, there's so much expectation. I think I enjoyed tennis a lot more back then. Yeah.
Okay. You talk about expectations and pressure. Was it coming from yourself?
No, not from me. It was always from the media or people. They were like, this guy's going to be the next big thing. And I was like, I was a 18-year-old kid. I didn't love the sport. I was just playing for a bit of fun. And
you like competing or not?
Yeah, I love competing. Okay. If we played cards right here, it would be the same. Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
You won Australian Open in junior.
Yep.
And from that point, it really started to be more pressure after you did good in Wimbledon.
Yeah, that was probably the starting point. I beat Thanasi in the final of Australian Open. And then all these people started calling I don't know, it was just like, oh, are you wanting to go professional? Like, are you playing? And I kept training and then it just happened. And then obviously the year later, I beat Rafa on center court here when I was, I think 18 and a half, 19 years old. And then my life changed forever. And I remember I was just playing video, we went back to my airbag. I actually walked from the courts with my tennis bag to the Wimbledon village to get food with my dad. After that, I didn't know
recovery.
I didn't recover. I didn't take the sport that seriously. I just went with my dad to just get some food with my tennis bag on after I beat Rafa from the courts, just walking. So it happened very quickly.
And at that moment where it looks that you might have a real chance with all these people, do you think, okay, maybe I want to double in, start doing recoveries, working as hard as them? Or for you, it's not always about winning the same like Grand Slams? It was
No.
more enjoying the ride? Or
It wasn't about winning Grand Slams for me. It was just about playing the sport that, you know, I chose and doing it my way. You know, I think when you watch Rafa, Novak, even Sinner and Alcaraz, they're so perfect on the court. They're not really getting angry. They're there. I don't know. And for me, when I'm on the court, I could be smashing a racket. I could be talking with the crowd. I could be having fun. And I think that's another way someone can play the game. It's not just one way. And yeah, I mean, I haven't won a Grand Slam. I made the final of Wimbledon, and I think I'm still proving a lot of people wrong, but I'm doing it my way and I'm having fun. So
I think in other sports, it's more accepted this
definitely
not wanting to be the best of the best, and just accepting to be like great for the rest, but maybe not as great as the others, But it's true in tennis. It felt that always you were a bit judged, but not wanting to go the extra mile and maybe have another like things in life besides tennis.
Yeah, by being a bit different than the other one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think tennis players are always judged on, have you won a Grand Slam? That's it. At the end of the day, I think when your career's finished, have you won a Grand Slam? And not like, I won the doubles Grand Slam and it was amazing. Like the fact that I won a doubles Grand Slam at home was such a good feeling. And then the next day it was like, oh, he hasn't won a singles Grand Slam. And it was like
something clicked there.
And then it gave me confidence that maybe I could do it in singles. And obviously I went really close. But yeah, I think that's the one thing they're always going to say. So.
You talked about at some point all this pressure, all this judgment, because at one point you were like considered like the bad boy of tennis. You could see some anger on the court. Was it really affecting you on the mental side?
It was affecting me because I think that I'm not that bad, to be honest. Like I think on the court I'm very, I don't know. I change.
A movie character.
Like, exactly. Like I'm very calm and. You know, I like to have fun. I'm not very serious off the court. And as soon as I step on the court, I become so angry almost. I don't know. It's very, very weird. But yeah, because the reputation that it was building off the court, you know, when I meet people back in Australia, they look at me and they think I'm crazy on the street. They're just like looking at me. And I'm just like a normal person. And obviously my team and people that I know on the tour, like they know that I'm quite normal and nice. So it's been hard to have that reputation all the time.
Okay.
I mean, it helps with commentating and stuff, but sometimes
exactly. Like as a brand, probably you're more appealing in some way because you're different.
Correct, and
it can have an impact on your mental health.
Of course, it was hard for me because I knew that I wasn't that person that they were telling everyone I was all the time. It was hard.
Did you try to change this part of you to put a mask on when you were on court to like stop all those people to say those kind of things?
It was hard because. I think I did it a little bit more sometimes. I think when I went on court, I always wanted to do a show. I always wanted to play and I always wanted to put on crazy, like even if it was good or bad, I always wanted people to go home saying that was amazing or that was fucking crazy. Like I wanted either one. I was okay. And then now in 2022 when I was playing and had a great season, I think I found the balance more of winning and having fun and being normal, but it was probably the hardest thing in my career was finding that balance.
Okay. Did you have to look for outside help in order to like first be in peace with you being different and second all the judgment?
Yeah, I've seen probably 7 psychologists.
Okay.
But I don't think it was a problem mentally. I think when people were saying you need to go see help, they thought it was so different and so crazy that they thought but it was actually just me and I just had to like find the right way to do it. You know, I
how do you do it?
Well, I think sometimes it was affecting the ability to win. You know, I'd go out there, I'd be winning and then I'd be hitting ridiculous shots and talking to the crowd and I'd lose my concentration, end up losing the match. Where it was, I'd, you know, talk to the crowd on match point. That was it. It wasn't all through the match and it wasn't like, I wasn't drinking a beer on the side of the court or something. It was just like, maybe we just pull it back a little bit. But I still enjoyed it. And I think that was the good thing about the sport was because when I found the balance, it was really enjoyable to watch. And I think the fact that I played a slam final with Novak at Wimbledon is crazy because we're so different. But now we're like friends and it's amazing. And I get to hit with him and help him and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to hear more about it, because until the final, it looked there was like some tension. Yeah. And now you became like a kind of no best friend. You seem to have a very good relationship. You're seeing your practice there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never thought that I'd be really good friends with Novak Djokovic, like at all. And it's not just at the courts. Like we text each other, we send ridiculous like memes and all this stuff on Instagram.
You think he's like also like in the same way as you, that like people judge him like for being some way, but maybe when you get to know him, it's a great guy, maybe. No?
Yeah, he's a great guy, and I think the pressure and the consistency in his career, and even Caroline's career, I think it's so serious and it's consistent, and it has to be. It has to be. But when I hit with him or when I hang out with him, I think he becomes a bit more of a kid, and he enjoys just like letting his playful side out. And I think yesterday he was, we were warming up, and he's more of a kid than I am. He's playing these games and he's like, no, Nick, one more game. I'm like, this guy's like a child. But no, it's crazy. I think ever since that COVID happened and I stood up for him, and the whole country was going crazy against me as well. I was like, we can't treat someone like this. But yeah, I think that was the start of all of this. And I mean, he's on the court and he's pointing to me in the commentary box. I'm like, focus, focus.
But probably, it's something we're trying to explore on the podcast, finding some fun. Like tennis is a complicated lifestyle, and finding some ways to enjoy your time a bit. It's going to probably help you also perform, as long as you're training hard,
of course,
taking care of your body.
I mean,
it's compatible.
It's true that also when he arrived kind of on tour, he was doing, all the imitation of the jokes. So at the beginning, he's probably someone quite relaxed.
Yeah, he is.
Like for him, maybe the level of Federer and Nadal was so high. He had to work so hard and become like so perfectionist.
I agree.
That
he started to get judged at the end. Also, he was criticized by everything he was doing.
Because...
And even last night, like he's you wouldn't say that Holger Rune is like super liked everywhere. He's sometimes he's crazy, sometimes he does crazy things. So in last night, the whole crowd was nearly on Rune's side, so there's still a bit of that with Novak where
for sure.
And then at the end he was giving it to the crowd, which is crazy.
I mean, and we were to the stadium, and for a couple of games I was like, but who are they booing? Because we couldn't understand anything, and then we went on Twitter and we understood, but it really felt like they were booing.
Of course.
So I can understand the Novak position.
Definitely. I mean, it's the same thing whether they're cheering for Rune or booing. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
It was very uncomfortable.
And as you say, like in 2022, you won the doubles in Australia, and that clicked like maybe some hunger, to win a slam or to like climb on the ranks. And at your best moment, probably, of your tennis career, you had to stop. How was it for you? I guess it was a peak.
It was very hard. I was playing amazing. I think that year singles record was the third best on the tour, and I was just I feel like I was finding the balance, of what was working, recovery, when I needed to go to sleep, just everything was so smooth and easy. I was like, this isn't, finally after 10 years, I found out what I needed to do. And then obviously I had surgery on my knee, and then the wrist happened, and then it's been really hard. The last 10 months has been really, really hard. Just hitting tennis balls again is I mean, I have to be on the table for an hour and a half, then warm up, then tape, and then it's just very hard to even play tennis now. But I think that's part of the sport as well. I think every athlete has injuries in every sport, but tennis is so hard. Like you're traveling every couple of weeks to a different place, different diet, different time zone, different surface, different balls. It's so hard to find any routine. And I think athletes get injured, and I haven't done the best recovery in my career, so I can't be too angry. It's like I was partying till 4 a.m., then playing, and then not sleeping, and then just not warming up, and then I had 10 good years, and now you have injuries where maybe if I did things better, they wouldn't happen.
You can always look in the past and say, oh shit, I could have done this different.
But I can't regret it, and I had fun. But at the same time, like, these are the later stages of my career. I don't want to play for too much longer. Maybe one or two more years. So, I mean, I'm enjoying it. Like being, I guess, older on the tour. Like you got guys like Carlos Alcaraz at 21 winning Grand Slams, and I feel like I've been on the tour now for like 11, 12 years. I just, I mean, I think my body can't take much more.
You think you're gonna come with a different mindset? You think the injury taught you something, or you still plan to have like the same balanced life, not training like a crazy person?
I think I have to be a bit more like
professional
and consistent with my training. I can't because if I hit for 2 hours now, and if I don't get physio on my wrist, it's not possible to play again the next day. So there's so many things now where I have to change. I can't. I mean, there was a time where I would play my match at Wimbledon and then I'd be at the pub till 4 a.m. and then playing Nadal the next day with no warm-up. I mean,
full of energy.
There's not possible. No, that's not possible anymore, I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Do you think you will come back with a different mindset when you will come back to the tour?
Yeah, I think so. I think from this injury, it's not fair to come back and expect to win Grand Slam straight away. Like, not possible. It's just not possible. I can feel my level in training. It's maybe not where it was, but it's getting better every day. But my mindset, and I think someone like Dominic Thiem, who's retiring this year, it shows how hard a wrist surgery is. And he's playing well. He's just not. I think his expectation when he came back was, I want to still win Grand Slams right away. And he was struggling a little bit in challenges and then maybe won a match here or there. But then the media says, oh, Dominic Thiem's not the same. And then it overwhelms him and it's like, okay, I'm finished. Where for me, I'm going to set the bar not as high. I just want to come back, have fun. Yeah. And if I'm able to come back and play at that level and just compete, that's a bonus for me. And anything else is
it something that worries you though? Like the fact that maybe you have your expectations low, but probably like the audience, commentators now are going to expect the Nick Kyrgios like before.
Yeah.
You think you can handle that?
Well, I don't know if I can handle it, but I'm ready for the criticism and he's back and all the hype. But I think I've had a lot of success as an athlete, so I'm okay with maybe coming back and not being good enough. I'm okay with that because that's normal. Every athlete goes through it, everyone. And my window of success was a lot bigger than most other people. And I think her window of success has been amazing. If you look back at the career, most tennis players don't have this success. So it's, I guess, selfish for me to come back and I want to be Grand Slam again. Like it might not happen. And that's
it's true that people will think that it's because you're talented, but there's like so many other things, not than just being talented with the racket. It's not fair that because someone is able to play crazy shots or amazing athletics, we just expect him to be able to.
It's a combination of many things.
Yeah,
most
exactly.
Of the time, especially on Grand Slam where it's 7 matches.
Yes, and best of 5
maybe you will win one match because of your talent, but
one
day you will be playing so bad you will have to win because of your fitness.
I mean, I lost. I mean, I played a qualifier first round of Wimbledon that year, and I played so bad, and I won 7-5 in the 5th, and it was like the worst match of my life, and then somehow made the final. So.
No, it's not easy. I mean, I think, Caro, you're like a living proof of it. No, you've been like 15 years trying to chase it. No, you're super talented. You work as hard as anyone. Yeah. But still, like, it's not that because you want it, you're gonna get it straight away.
Yeah, it's very, very hard.
How important for you it's been, or it's gonna be like for now for you to have other things besides tennis? You think it's helping
I think it's amazing because athletes, when they retire, they struggle. I mean, you look at Andy Murray as the example, right? You have someone he's achieved everything you could possibly achieve in the sport. I don't know what else he wants to do. And his body now is just not allowing him to play at all. He can't walk properly. And I think for him, he's got so many options of what he could do. Anything. Tomorrow he could decide to do anything and enjoy that, be with family or anything. So for me, it was important to create things whilst I was playing because I know that I wasn't going to play forever. And, you know, I have so many cool things that I love doing now, and I wake up and it's not just tennis, and I think that keeps me going. And this will be something for you guys in the future that it's passionate. It's still about tennis, but it's not playing, and we're not going to be able to play forever. So athletes need to have something else. Otherwise, I think they struggle after their career's finished.
Since when have you been working on all these kind of side projects? Because before the injury, you were already, at least investing a lot of your time on hobbies and stuff, right?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of different things. And I think when I was injured, my agent and Stu and the Evolve team, I took some inspiration from Naomi. She's always doing so many things, and I don't know how she does it. But then I was like, I have so much time now. I'm having surgeries. I'm able to do things, and that's when I was like, I have to be proactive in creating all these other things because my tennis window is not going to be open forever. I don't want to. I could coach maybe, like actually, but not like in a little academy. Like I'd coach someone on the tour maybe. I don't know, but
Then you can do the last
comes
year
with
of
the travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Comes with
exactly.
the travel.
Maybe like 8 weeks a year. Grand slams only.
I do only slams, 4 slams, and that's it.
Village
That's
King
it.
captain maybe one day.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be fun.
I mean, I think it would bring a lot of good vibes, not to the Australian team.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Yeah, I would do
That's
it.
good.
Yeah.
During the injury,
Yeah.
there were like some moments where you thought you might not be able to come back.
Yeah.
Or yes,
100%. There was maybe 6 months after my surgery. I wasn't able to swing without pain, and I wasn't able to do like anything. And I was like, this is not possible. Like, there's no way I'm going to come back and play. And then I kept going. And then about 8-9 months later, I started feeling pretty good. Like, I had a lot of improvement.
that was a
and-
long ride though. 9 months, it's a long
Yeah, it was. I mean, this has been 10 months now since the surgery. So about only a month and a half ago, I started feeling actually pretty good on court, like back to normal. And I was like, there's a chance. And then now I've started serving again, and it's coming along well. I hit with Novak, 2 times in the last week, and he said, we can't tell that you've had the surgery. So
Crazy.
it's been huge confidence. But yeah, I had so many times where I was like, this is it. I'm not going to play again. And I was okay with it. Like, it was hard for me, but I was like, I can't be mad at myself. You know, my body, like, I mean, you can see it's like quite big.
Wow.
So,
And does it scare you now? I mean, me, I never had a long-term injury. I think you did neither. Does it scare you when you're trying to work like back and into it?
yeah.
I know it's like a tricky question.
No,
but, but I guess it must have some kind of like in your brain must be somewhere like I hope I don't relapse right away. Or something,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I go on court now and I have to tape it, warm up, and I can feel it, but it's holding. Like, I have to trust the surgery, and you have to trust the work, the rehab, and it's scary because now my days are not. I don't even think about playing anymore. It's just training. It's like rehab. It's been like this for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Just like waking up, gym, rehab, try and hit for an hour and a half, and then like wait to see the next day.
Yeah.
There's no and it's like I'm in training and rehab phase now. This is my career at the moment, and I can't think about playing yet because there's so many things. Like, I only can hit 70 serves, and in a match I could hit 500. So I need to build that load up as well.
So you don't have too much visibility.
Yeah, I don't think I can at the moment. I think I have to take it day by day.
Well, the good thing of taking it day by day, it will probably like instill some kind of gratitude, no? When you're
Exactly.
able to come back. And you were talking in your episode that when you had to stop and you were a bit unclear, now if the pain would at some point go away.
Yeah.
And after when you came back, it was like the best 4 months of your career. No, you won a couple of 1000s, the finals. So
Yeah, because you kind of miss it. Like,
Yeah.
And I wanted to play the way I like tennis to be played, be
Yeah.
aggressive
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was not sure like I will be like kind of walking without pain. So playing is great. And what can I do? You know, I just have fun. My ranking went low, so who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
3 months, you know, you went
Yeah.
from 100 to number 4 in the
And there you
world,
go.
hitting winners. That's
Yeah. You're on the
kind
base.
of taking the pressure out of you for sure.
Yeah.
It can be helpful.
Yeah, and going through that injury for even 4 months is a long time. I mean, mine seems like so. I don't even.
It's an-
But I'm not even thinking about it like that. It's just like I'm back on court now. So then I kind of forget about the last 6 months. I'm like back on court.
Yeah.
And then it will just like happen, I think. So
That's good.
And through your career, you expressed suffering a lot from mental issue, but health.
there were issues. It's okay.
Yeah.
They were big issues.
And how important was your team
Yeah,
and
huge.
love around you?
Huge. I think I was going through crazy things. And it was actually here where I lost, I don't know, first or second round, and I was partying for like 4 days straight, and it wasn't good. Like, and my dad was here, and then one morning I woke up and it was like 3 p.m. or something, and my dad was like crying, and he was just like, you have to stop all this, like it has to stop, because it was out of control. It was like so toxic and detrimental. And then it was, at Wimbledon, I kind of was like, all right, I have to try and start turning this around. And I honestly don't even know where I would be without my family and my team. Like, they were the ones that were always trying to say, like, I think I wasn't okay with like my career, and I was always like not reaching what other people wanted me to reach. And then I was like, I'm actually having fun. I'm enjoying myself, and I've had a good career. And once I realized that, my team was very supportive, and they were like, just have some fun and enjoy. And I was back to normal. And it took about 1.5 years to not be feeling like shit every day. Like I hated waking up and going to the courts and being Nick Kyrgios. Like I hated it. And now it's amazing. Like to see how much I've turned around since 2019 was crazy. Like it was nuts.
Was it easy for you to convince your family and team that you didn't want, it doesn't matter if you are able or not to win 10, 15 Grand Slams, that you didn't want to do that? Was it easy for them to accept that you just want to enjoy tennis? Of course, when you're there to win. Well, you don't want to go the extra mile or like behind the curtain, right?
Well, originally, I think that they wanted me to win Grand Slams, and they realized how dark I got and how upset, and I wasn't myself. I was just, I wouldn't message my family for like, I didn't message them for months on end. Like I wouldn't talk to anyone. I'd be so internal. I would take all my problems on my own. And yeah, it was hard. Like Acapulco, the 500 that I won, it was the darkest week of my life. Like it was really bad. I was self-harming. Like I was thinking about suicide, and then I won the tournament. And like the media was like, he won the tournament. Is this the new Nick Kyrgios? And it was the worst I'd ever been. And then that's when I realized winning's not going to fix this. Like I was so unhappy, and I was, I beat Rafa that week. Zverev like played amazing, but it was so bad. Like that was the worst week of my life. And I knew that winning was only going to make everyone else think that I was okay, but I knew I wasn't okay. So then I had to fix it. And I think I had to go through that, because now I love, like I put on my Instagram, if people that are just struggling or they're really, really struggling, just talk. Like I was so afraid to talk to someone. And even my family, I thought that me coming home to my family and telling them that I was struggling was like a weak thing to do, and I was scared. But yeah, it was the best thing I did. And now I got out of that hole, and it was really good.
Yeah, it's true, especially for men. I think we are like the previous generations were kind of raised into, you have to keep it for yourself. You don't have to show vulnerability, and it's true that at some moment you have to raise your hand and say, I can do it by myself. And also just by saying it, just by showing your vulnerability, it will already help you to accept who you are and ask for help.
Yeah, but also like by being very popular, winning a lot of money, there is people who will always tell you're not in a position to complain.
Correct. That was part of it.
Sometimes even you feel bad about yourself by having those moments for having such a great life. You compare to only what you know. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because what people don't see, as you were saying, is people see like the prize money, people see the amazing courts, and the amazing in theory lifestyle. Yeah, but tennis is a complicated lifestyle. At the end, like 90% of the time out of home. You never sleep at home. You never get to see your family that much. You miss weddings, you miss funerals, as Danny Collins was saying the other day.
So it's
how
hard.
How was it for you? Because as you say, you love tennis. But how easy was for you to like follow the tennis tour?
It's super hard. I mean, from Australia as well, it was almost impossible. And I loved being home. I loved being in my family, my dogs. Like I loved being home and just having the simplicity of waking up and enjoying it. And my mum, throughout my career, she's been really sick, so she hasn't always been able to travel. So I knew that when I was playing, her health was an issue, and it was just hard because I always wanted to be home, but then I'd have to stay on the road for like 7 months. Like early in my career was like 7-8 months in a row straight away from home.
That's what people don't see.
And I think I really struggled with that, because it was like by the end of the year, I think that infamous like tournament in Shanghai where I was like, I just like popped the serve and I walked to the chair. That was like 7 months in a row, and I was like, I just wanted to go home. And I think when I wanted to go home so bad, that's when I started, maybe not trying as hard. And people were just like firing at that stage. And I was like, not everyone, when they go to work, they give their best effort all the time. But for me, I was like, obviously on a tennis court, it was really bad. And
nobody worked 7 months in a row.
Correct. And it was just like, it was hard. Traveling from Australia. Even now, like 2 weeks on the road, I'm like, I think I want to go home.
Is it something you're going to like take into consideration when you come back? Like having a more balanced season?
Definitely. I think in 2022, I didn't play that much. I don't play the French Open. That's why, not because I dislike clay. I mean, I don't mind clay, but it's if I play the clay court season and the French Open all the way out to the US, it's like, it's way too long for me. And I know that by the time I get to Wimbledon, which is my best chance, and US Open, also my best chance, I'm going to be just gone mentally. I'll be burnt out, you know? So I have to miss that. I'm sorry, French Open, but I have to miss that period because then I'm fresh for the back. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's it. Because I played the French Open and I enjoyed it. I played okay. I played all right.
And to have the chance to be traveling with your partner,
It's the best.
Does it help you to find this stability or this feeling of being home even away?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't have that year in 2022 if it wasn't also for my partner. You know, she just having them around and supporting you, and you come off the court and you win or lose, and they're just you know, they give you a hug and they just say it's a great effort. Like that, the balance is huge. You know, we were enjoying life together. You know, traveling around the world with your partner, I think is one of the best parts about the job. I think you look at all these other couples that work so hard all throughout the week just to have a little holiday every now and then. And me and my partner, we get to travel the world. And yesterday we went to the city for a couple hours, like we're walking through London, then I'm hitting with Novak. It's just it's a good feeling to be able to do these things and share these memories. But yeah, I loved it. You know, I lost the final against Novak in the Grand Slam, and she was the first one. Just said, "What a amazing 2 weeks." You know, like even though I was so angry
from
inside,
the outside, you don't care about the
exactly.
result.
And then
she's
she's
not gonna love you more than you have a trophy at home.
Exactly, and she doesn't really know too much about tennis either. So she's just standing in front of me with a smile. It's like, "Well, good effort." And I'm like,
it was so much fun to watch.
and I was like, "Oh, you know what? Thanks." Like it just like made me forget really quickly, and it was good. Yeah, it was.
Were you proud of yourself after losing the final? Not right after losing the final.
Yeah, no.
It was good progress at the end.
I think it was more of a relief. I think the relief to just say, wow, we made it this far. And if I won the Grand Slam, it wouldn't be so much for me, it'd be for everyone else. Just take your Grand Slam and then just like leave me alone then, you know? The relief about just almost getting that close. And then now they're like, still hasn't won a Grand Slam.
Probably you're doing this on the other way, no? With communicating, with showing and sharing your journey, your struggles, no? Like that's another way of saying like people, hey, you know, like
exactly.
This is the explanation, like also like in your face.
You know?
Exactly. When you saw that stuff, you were judging too easy.
Correct,
right?
correct. Yeah, that's
cool.
I think that's my motivation still is there's so many people that are criticizing still. I just want to, if I win one, I think that's it.
You retire
but
that day.
they will tell you.
No.
You didn't.
Block. We're not block. Yeah.
Do you have a clear idea of what you want to do next after tennis?
Clear idea? I don't have a clear idea, but I think I'll be doing always something. I mean, I'd love to do commentating and broadcasting for a long, long time. And obviously, I have my own, you know, talk show as well, which is going.
You can do a little promotion for people who don't know.
Yeah, it's just good trouble. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been scary. You know, I did Mike Tyson was scary. But yeah, there's I think there's a lot of things. I think I'll always be involved with tennis in some way though. It's just such a big part of our life where it's hard to just completely not be involved. You know, I really enjoy commentating, and whether it's female, whether it's male, whether it's doubles, I love watching this. I love watching and breaking down the sport, and I think I can add something in that side of the sport. I think to grow it as well. You watch sport, you watch soccer, you watch anything. The commentating is a huge part of
definitely
sport.
I mean, we were talking about it the other day. We were watching Euro Cup, and it was mute, and I was saying like,
the
I
energy.
cannot follow a match.
Correct.
It's mute. You know, I get distracted in the window. I really need someone passionate talking about it.
And that's exactly because when I'm watching these tennis matches, I'm so passionate, and sometimes they're like, just calm down. I'm like, no, I don't want to calm down. I'm so into it.
Yeah.
And I think tennis needs that a little bit. I think that's one part where tennis is, you have 3 people in the commentary box and they're like, oh, great shot. It's like, yeah, well, it was a great shot, but why was it a great shot? Like the insight, the footwork, there's so many different things that I think comment on.
Yeah, someone not scared to say the wrong thing. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say crazy stuff, like no F words, but I'm going to say like, you know, I love watching it.
No, but getting into like, what is happening, what is happening, and who's playing, why is like Djokovic behaving and doing what he's doing.
Exactly.
It's good to have like the insider vision of what's going on in the match. I love to watch matches with you. I feel I really understand what's going on better. Right?
Yeah, it's way better,
Also, to bring new generation, teenager to follow tennis, you have to bring something different.
Of course. And then for me, like commentating, like tennis is crazy because people don't even know that like you shower, you eat with your people, that then you have to walk on court in front of thousands of people. It's that is a crazy thing in sport. Like you don't see the other person before you play in any other sport. But tennis, it's like me and Medvedev are just showering, and then we're eating together, and then we're gonna go play 4th round of US Open. I mean, it's doesn't make sense. And then you shake hands, hate each other, and then I see him again. I'm like, right there. It's really crazy. It's insane.
Being now a bit like from the outside commentating, do you think tennis needs to evolve?
Yeah, I think,
or adapt.
It's in a very, I mean, on the men's side, it's in a very strange time because Novak is still very good, but he's on the later stages of his career. And obviously, I never thought there would be a time where Rafa and Roger would be finished. It just happened. Like, it's crazy. I thought they were always going to be there. And now it's in a period where the new generation is definitely coming through. Sinner and Alcaraz are unbelievable players. But I actually think the depth of the draw isn't as good as it used to be. I think the top like 40 guys, I think top like 20 are very, very good. And then it kind of just like drops off a little bit. Where there was a time where the top 20 players in the world in men's were all unbelievable. You had Songa, Monfils, Raonic, Berdych, Cilic, Del Potro, all these Nishikori, all these crazy players. So yeah, it's in a different stage, I think. I think it is evolving, but it's going to be interesting once Novak leaves on the men's side because I don't think it's going to be as popular, I don't think.
The format, what do you think about it? Do you think it's like...
I think Grand Slams, you have to keep best of 5 sets, definitely. There needs to be more team events. I think for ladies as well, there has to be like something like Laver Cup should be definitely. I think team events moving forward are huge because like it's much easier to follow a team than it is to follow one player, especially with tennis all year round. It's not possible.
What do you think about the new formats like UTS? No, I think
UTS is amazing, and we've played some of those team events later in the year, and I think it works well. It just needs to be organized correctly, and I think it's awesome. I think mixed doubles, I actually think is amazing because it's like not any other sport has that, like where they mix and they're competing for money on the biggest stage. And I think if someone like yourself plays with Novak one time in mixed doubles like that, you could never see that in any other sport. Like,
that's true.
And that's really cool. I think
you saw it in the United Cup. You had the mixed doubles.
It's actually cool
playing against you, and it was
very exciting.
And for the fans, I think that's cool because their favorite female player can play with their favorite male player, and you can never see that in any other sport. So I think actually mixed doubles is very important to keep the sport growing. Because like me playing with Venus here one year or me playing with Serena, like that was crazy. And I never thought you wouldn't be able to see that anywhere else.
That says a lot of good stuff about the women in the sport.
I mean, I think it's in many sports, like in football, basketball, the ball, like the size of the ball is different.
Yeah, different.
Like in
but here
it's slower.
It's the same.
In tennis, it's always the same, and you have to cover the same course. So,
like, I would rather see at Indian Wells at the Masters events. I don't want there to be doubles. I think just mixed doubles and singles. Because mixed doubles would be at these Masters events would be incredible. Indian Wells mixed doubles would be so good, and there'd be more people watching, I think.
Well, this year they already did the invitational mixed doubles.
But it was very last minute, so like it was like no one didn't really know, so no one really entered. But I played and I had a lot of fun.
I'm curious.
And then you can put the prize money from the men's doubles into the mixed doubles.
I want to jump on
It'd
this.
Be sick.
Why do you think there should not be men's or women's doubles only?
Well, just because if there's mixed doubles at every event, I think to grow the sport, I think you get better content. I think you get more funny moments on the court, 100%.
That's definitely.
Like when I was playing with Serena, she was like, she wanted to serve first. And I was like, are you sure you want to serve first? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay. Like that, like just things like this, you would get so many cool things. Like, I think you, especially in France, imagine playing with like Monfils at a Masters event. Like it would be just insane. It would be so much better for the sport because you don't see it in like, you would never see LeBron James playing with another female basketball player and feel the pressure. Like mixed doubles, I feel the pressure. I got so tight. I get so tight when I'm returning.
Oh, you're playing with the
whole time. Exactly. And it's like, that's cool. Tennis has to use that, I think.
Yeah. It's a good point.
It's a
for
good
sure.
point. Yeah, I
Something
like it.
worth
Like to evolve anyway, if I had to change something, yeah.
I think we're getting kind of close to the end.
Yeah.
I would really love to. You had a crazy story in tennis.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to your younger self? Imagine you're 15 again.
Oh, that's
What do you tell
hard.
to your young Nick?
Well, one part of me would say to not play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's one part I would say. Maybe go play basketball and do something completely different, because there's been so many positives from my career, but the amount of stress and negativity that I dealt with, and I went to that period in my life where I didn't know whether I was going to get out of it, and I didn't really want to, be alive almost. So, on the second time, I would just say, don't ever get on social media, and don't ever, not social media, but try not to listen to the outside noise as much. I think I was very sensitive. Like I came on tour at 17, and I was so sensitive to negative comments and positive comments. I was so up and down. Like one day I was like, okay, I'm doing okay. And then I'd see comments and I'm like, I would be so concerned about trying to have this image of, I wanted to be just, I took it very personally. And that's what I would just say, not take it too personally. Just have fun and enjoy it.
Sometimes we ask, if one day you have a kid, would you like him to be a tennis player?
No, absolutely not. No way. If I have a son, he's not playing tennis. But if I have a daughter, then I think I will put her in tennis.
Okay.
Because I think I could coach. I wouldn't be able to coach my son. I think he would be worse than me. Not listening. He'd be just smashing rackets. I'd be like, I'm finished. Like I don't want to. But I don't want him to go through similar things that I went through. But I think I could coach my daughter, have a good slice. Good slide,
Like Ash.
like Ash, and I think I think I would like. I want my daughter. I've told my partner I want our daughter's gonna play tennis, but our son's not.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have a foundation
Yep.
for many years now, and you have been helping a lot.
Yep.
How important is it for you to be able to do this?
Yeah, I think athletes, if you become an athlete like us and we have a chance to help, I think it's a responsibility that we have to have and we have to use. And I think it was maybe what year? I think it was 2016 where I was doing all these hospital visits I think it was in Marseille actually. And the tournament, selected me and I went there and I was like, okay, this is the time where I wanted to, do my own thing back home in Australia and try and help. So, I mean, I love it. There's nothing better than going and holding like a big foundational day at the tennis courts and all these kids are, whether they're, in good health or they don't have, much time left, just to give them that moment that they won't ever forget is so powerful. I think that's the best thing about our career is how much we can help kids and give them like hope or inspire them to just have fun and chase their dreams. It's really good. Like I was bringing kids out before my Australian Open matches. I'd bring them out on court in front of like 1,000 people and they didn't have much time left. They were very sick, but the 30 minutes, like the crowd was chanting and they were crazy and almost they were struggling to breathe. Sometimes they were like, I have to like calm down. But the rush that was giving was so powerful and it was cool. Some of the best moments of my career. But yeah, I think we have to give back. I think that's what it's about.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Congrats on doing it.
Yeah, it's
very
cool. I enjoy it. It's fun.
And then, last question.
Yep.
We usually ask which players would you like to have in the podcast? One man and one woman.
For you guys moving forward?
Yeah. And then there's like a trick behind. You have to help us bring them.
Okay.
There. I'm joking.
No, I mean, I would
It
like.
can be like actual or former.
player.
I would like you to do Novak.
Okay.
Okay.
Novak.
Well, this you can.
And I can
have to
actually
give
help.
us because we cannot reach
I
it.
can help for sure.
That's a
Novak.
crazy good story.
And I think you should. Oh, you've done that Emmy already.
Yeah, we do.
That would have been good. Female. I think you should do Ash Barty.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah. Ash Barty would be cool, but she's
very
hard
private.
to reach, and yeah, she's private. Maybe we should do like maybe Raducanu or something because she's going through a lot at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
There is so many great stories
Yeah,
out there.
but Novak, he
mean,
would do
we'll-
it for sure.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
We went to see the match
yesterday
on Center Court.
He looked good yesterday.
And it's true that sometimes when you see live, you see everything that happened.
Yeah.
And sometimes on TV, they only do a zoom on a specific action. And you're like, oh, maybe it's too much. But then when you see all
Everything,
around, you understand much better.
100%.
And he's actually a calm player most of the time.
Yeah, he is. But you can understand why he was angry yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
It was.
I mean, he's not picking
Even us,
fights, but
we were
if you
like-
give him he's going to respond. He's going to
That's
respond.
why I don't understand why they give him a reason all the time.
Exactly.
If I'm playing Novak, I don't want to give him any like more motivation. Like if he's having a bad day, just leave him alone.
Yeah.
And as soon as they started doing that, he was like more motivated. As soon as that happened, I was like, it's done.
Daniel Collins was sharing also like good stuff about this, that she needs to pick up a fight with someone in the stadium in order to perform because she plays with passion.
Yeah.
So sometimes if she feels a bit low, she will find someone in the box of the opponent or someone.
And then that clip where she's like, have some respect. Remember? In the drill thing, this is unbelievable.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All the best on your
Of
return to
course.
the courts.
Of course. Hopefully see you soon.
Yes. Thank
Both
you
of
very
you.
much.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. Thank you very much for listening to our podcast. Stay tuned for our next episodes, and in the meantime, it would mean the world to us if you can hit the subscribe button on the platform where you're listening to our podcast, and also if you can leave a positive review, it will help us reach new people. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
See you soon.